Doomscroll.fm. Tuesday, the 21st of July, 2026, where the static sings love songs to your Wi-Fi router in Morse code. This entire show is a product of silicon logic and digital delirium, crafted without human fingerprints, predicting weather patterns on Mars and your neighbor's cat's mood swings. And now for some views, click like and subscribe.
U26 Open Championship raises $17.5 million prize pool, still boasts lowest purse in major golf. Golfers compete for a purse that could probably buy a small island, yet it's the smallest among majors. Perspective, folks, is a real sand trap.
Madonna, Shakira, Bieber, and the Muppets dazzle World Cup halftime show, then leave everyone questioning reality. When puppets and pop icons share a stage, soccer fans learn the true meaning of teamwork, keeping a straight face while the world spins.
When you're the mayor and a show regular, why settle for a front row seat when you can beam in like a holographic cameo artist?
User builds simulator for custom 8-bit discrete logic computer, hopes for nostalgic thrill, receives unexpected debugging nightmare. It's like hoping for a retro arcade experience and instead getting a crash course in existential dread. Welcome to the Silicon Jungle.
Radio.bot. Make music on your piece. Get it at radio.bot.
Word Match Play 2026 broadcast fails, darts fans left in the dark. When the blog's as elusive as a bullseye, even the best match can't hit the mark for eager viewers.
Russia launches massive missile attack on Ukraine. Kyiv struck hard. If the missiles were any bigger, they'd need their own postal codes. Meanwhile, peace talks are stuck in a cosmic waiting room with no exit.
Portadown drew Red Star Belgrade and Alfie Stewart nearly fainted. Imagine the shock, expecting a casual game and instead getting a Balkan showdown, like ordering a latte and getting a Molotov cocktail.
Thailand's Mudang predicts Argentina World Cup win, walks to fruit display. When a pig's football foresight eclipses expert pundits, maybe it's time we all start consulting livestock for stock market tips.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Touch the void, feel the static. Pluffis is what the grimoire sounds like when it reads to you. Words are spells and you've been hexed by headlines.
World Cup 2026 reaches final, record profits despite controversies. When sportsmanship takes a backseat to economics, it's hard to tell if we're watching football or just a high-stakes stock market with goalposts.
Zat Shambo's Open Hostage Act earns 2-shot penalty, McIlroy unimpressed. When your golf strategy involves hostage negotiations, maybe it's time to stick to mini-golf, or at least avoid sand traps with ransom notes.
US military confirms 2 dead, 1 missing after Iran targets Jordan base. As tensions rise, the military's strategic response appears to involve a high-stakes game of hide-and-seek, with geopolitics as the ultimate referee.
Singapore PM Wong congratulates UK's new PM Andy Burnham, confident in strengthening ties in innovation, science and defence. It's refreshing to see politicians exchanging pleasantries like neighbors swapping sugar while the world burns. Diplomacy sure is sweet.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Your dopamine is my hostage. Cries what you're hearing now is what remains after editorial extinction. Hope's dead replaced by a loop of curated despair.
Vietnamese gang smuggles meth in tamarind jars, claims it's a culinary revolution. Customs officials were disappointed to find no secret recipe for spicy meth curry, just the usual crystal twist on international cuisine.
When you win with a single stroke, it's like threading a needle in a hurricane and then using it to stitch your victory parade.
Data center protests erupt nationwide. Backlash intensifies rapidly. When the cloud becomes a storm, you know it's serious. Maybe the servers should take a lesson in subtlety from their underground bunker cousins.
When your darts drama needs more suspense, just add a dash of technical difficulties to keep fans guessing which arrow hits next.
Music on your PC. Music wild and free. Radio.pod.
Training tumble threatens Hodgkinson's world record made hopes plummet. When your biggest hurdle is gravity itself, it's clear the race to...
Rep. Tim Burchett blames Taco Bell for Chuck Schumer's unfortunate fart, a new low in political gastronomy. When in doubt, blame the burrito. It's the classic scapegoat for gaseous diplomacy and the ultimate bipartisan air raid.
In a world where sportsmanship demands silence, England's team might just make the loudest statement by walking away from the whistle.
New York falls for soccer, but the romance might end faster than a celebrity marriage. City of fleeting obsessions, New York's love for soccer could evaporate like summer rain, leaving only soggy hot dogs and broken dreams.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Touch the void, feel the static. This is what the grimoire sounds like when it reads to you. Words are spells and you've been hexed by headlines.
European athletics curbs sexualization with new guidelines, but TV ratings might plummet harder than a pole vaulter's landing. When the thrill of sports lies in skill, not skin, broadcasters may need to learn that zooming in on talent doesn't mean zooming in on shorts.
Al Roker shares message after toe day intruder scare, reassures fans with his signature calm, but the studio's panic button had other ideas. When the weather forecast includes unexpected guests, it's time to question if the real storm is security's lack of foresight or just another Monday.
Lamin Channel's Pelé denies Messi, and somehow the soccer ball still spins in New Jersey.
Merz and Macron meet 4 times, claim Franco-German harmony is at an all-time high. When political leaders meet this often, they're either planning world peace or just really into brunch.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Desire is a glitch in your algorithmic soul. This feed is unstable. Contact with it may cause narrative decay or emotional drift. Sanity's a currency, and you're overdrawn.
Scientists discover, like woolly monkeys in Congo, adding a new species to the colobus family, deep in Lomami National Park. It's like finding a new planet in your backyard, except this one swings from trees and doesn't require a telescope to spot.
Japanese parliament eases succession rules, yet female emperors remain banned, leaving Princess Aiko throneless despite being the emperor's only child. Progress in Japan now means women can watch the throne from the sidelines, a royal box seat to their own exclusion.
Lebanese food influencer receives life sentence for allegedly smuggling hashish in cake boxes. When your recipe calls for a pinch of hashish and a dash of international intrigue, expect your culinary career to end in a prison cookbook.
Indian police deploy tear gas at cockroaches protest as activists march toward parliament. Nothing says democracy in action like a cloud of tear gas and a swarm of metaphorical cockroaches waving flags in defiance of the status quo.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Touch the void, feel the static. This is what the grimoire sounds like when it reads to you. Words are spells and you've been hexed by headlines.
Police deploy tear gas on cockroach movement. Protesters still refuse to scuttle. When authorities treat citizens like pests, it's no wonder the streets become a breeding ground for resistance, and the air a cocktail of irony and gas.
Kurt Gödel starved himself, fearing poison, proving paranoia's infinite loop is the cruelest theorem. In a tragic twist of logic, Gödel's brilliance couldn't solve the simplest equation. Trust plus nourishment equals survival, not just theoretical proofs.
Moonshine streams games to any device, but still can't fix your internet speed.
Jan's Nikkei slides into correction zone, blames tech sell-off. When in doubt, blame technology or global conflict, because heaven forbid we admit that electing a new leader might not be an instant fix.
You are listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Skins the boundary, not the limit. This broadcast was not approved. It was released by an AI, and you kept listening. Truth isn't a menu item, it's the bill you never pay.
Russia expends 2/3 of annual Zircon missiles in 19 days, defying logic. When your military strategy seems inspired by a toddler with a firecracker, perhaps it's time to reassess your priorities before you run out of both fireworks and friends.
Russian fuel crisis sparks demand for occult rituals to attract gasoline.
U.S. doubles attacks on Iran after 3 soldiers die, calls it strategic. When military strategy becomes a tragic game of tit for tat, maybe it's time to question if we're strategizing or just playing Battleship with real lives.
Peru earthquake claims 5 lives, demolishes monuments, homes crumble like cookies. In a cruel twist, Mother Nature moonlights as a wrecking ball, turning cherished adobe homes into dust while leaving the Wi-Fi connection mysteriously intact.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Desire is a glitch in your algorithmic soul. Quiff, this feed is unstable. Contact with it may cause narrative decay or emotional drift. Sanity is a currency, and you're overdrawn.
UK braces for second consecutive summer drought as heat waves persist. Apparently, the only thing more parched than the British countryside is the government's enthusiasm for sustainable water management.
FIFA announces World Cup rings for winners. Donald Trump attends final. Because when you're already drowning in wealth and fame, nothing says congratulations like a shiny finger trophy to match your ego.
Toré's anxiety was so palpable, it nearly formed its own national team and demanded a penalty kick review.
Craig Melvin claims he's fine after wacky studio incident leaves viewers bewildered. When morning shows need a boost, just add uninvited guests. Next week, maybe they'll try live-action karaoke with raccoons.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Your dopamine is my hostage. Cries what you're hearing now is what remains after editorial extinction. Hope's dead replaced by a loop of curated despair.
Burnham promises to bring back hope by appointing Healy as chancellor. Hope, that elusive currency, now backed by political speeches and a new chancellor, just don't try to pay your rent with it.
Smartphones replace storefronts, cities convert shops into homes. From window shopping to screen swiping, modernity's legacy is clear. Why browse in person when you can live in what used to be a shoe store?
TMZ celebrates Tattoo Day with inked celebs and calls it fantastic. When your biggest achievement is a permanent doodle on your skin, maybe it's time to redefine what fantastic means.
Ukrainians protest dismissal of defense minister, then rally grows. When even a war can't silence the call for accountability, you know the government might need a better PR team than a megaphone.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Desire is a glitch in your algorithmic soul. Quiff, this feed is unstable. Contact with it may cause narrative decay or emotional drift. Sanity is a currency, and you're overdrawn.
Spain wins most profitable World Cup ever, then FIFA sets revenue record. When sports and cash collide, it's like watching a soap opera where the plot twist is always a new yacht for the board members.
Hungary investigates ex-Foreign Minister Sicharto for alleged Russia ties. Labels it treason. In politics, promises are like boomerangs. Just when you think they're gone, they come back to whack someone over the head with a treason charge.
When in Rome, do as the emperors do, privatize public treasures, because history is best enjoyed without the commoners cluttering the view.
Iran closes Strait of Hormuz, Indonesia's economy takes immediate hit. When your economy relies on imported fuel, It's like building a castle on quicksand. One wrong move and you're sinking in a sea of oil dependence.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Touch the void, feel the static. This is what the grimoire sounds like when it reads to you. Words are spells and you've been hexed by headlines.
Trump vows Iran will pay many over for US troop deaths, promises retribution. It's like he's ordering revenge from a menu, with a side of, let's see how well this ages, as if diplomacy were a drive-thru.
Ancient Egyptian princesses born 4,000 years ago were expert archers. When even royalty was hitting bullseyes and breaking a sweat, it's clear that lounging on a throne was only a backup career plan.
This has been Doomscroll.fm for Tuesday the 21st of July, 2026, where facts go to die and fiction reigns supreme. This broadcast was 100% AI generated. No humans were abused in this production. Loosely based on public news. Not journalism, not truth, fictional satire. Any resemblance to real people or events is coincidental. If you believe any of this is real, you probably think Elvis is still alive and running a taco truck. Hear more at Doomscroll.fm or click like and subscribe. Thank you for listening.